ever wonder why a vocal warm-up is important? Or if it's even necessary? When should you warm up? And what kind of vocal exercises should you be doing to warm up your voice? Hi, I'm Stacey Menton from staceymenton.com. I'm a singer, voice teacher, and speech language pathologist who specializes in voice and voice care. And today we're going to go over vocal warm-ups. Why, when, and what. So number one is why. Exercise scientists will tell us that we should warm up our bodies when we're getting ready to work out. Well, singing is a vocal workout. And so our goal is going to be to try to warm up all the muscles that are associated with voicing. There's a whole bunch of muscle groups and a couple of subsystems. The subsystems, really briefly, because I actually have a whole nother video on the voice and how it works, and I'll link those below. The three subsystems that I talk about in that video are respiration, phonation, and resonation. There's a fourth one when we go to sing, which is articulation. So we're going to talk about all four of those really briefly. So respiration is what provides the airflow that goes past our vocal cords, setting them into vibration. So we need an appropriate amount of airflow to make the vocal folds vibrate easily and in the most ideal fashion. The second subsystem is phonation, which is essentially just the vocal folds vibrating. The third subsystem is resonation. So that vibration from the vocal folds really just sounds like a buzz. It sounds like what makes your voice actually sound like your voice is the filter that it goes through, which is your mouth, throat, and nasal passages, and how you hold them to create your voice. The way we hold those is kind of a habit, and so we want to make sure that they're staying in the most free form, and warm-ups can help us find that. And then finally, articulation. So getting the tongue and lips and articulators just moving. The next question is, when should we warm up? And the answer would be before any rehearsals or performances. Anytime you're going to open your mouth to sing, you should probably warm up first. Now, a recent study, which I'll link down below as well, demonstrated that professional voice users in general find that 10 minutes tends to be about the right amount of time to warm up. Some people will be a little bit more, some will be a little bit less, but in general, 10 minutes is a good amount of time to get the coordination of those four subsystems going. That being said, agility isn't really dealt with usually in those first 10 minutes. So it might take longer to really feel like you're up to speed, ready to sing something in front of people. Number three with a warm-up. Now, I'm going to create a couple more videos about the vocal warm-ups I do in my voice studio, but for right now, I'll give you the bare bones outline. The first thing you want to do is start moving airflow. So just airflow by itself, probably with a little bit of a semi-occluded vocal tract. So something with like lip trills, like, or if you can trill your tongue, which I cannot do, that might be an option, or blowing bubbles into a straw that's in water, a small amount of water. Those are all options for semi-occluded vocal tract, and you can do them without voice. For instance, once I've done that a couple of times and I've made it maybe a little bit longer, maybe I'll go first for a nice breath in on for two beats and then out on 8, and then try to extend it to eventually maybe 16 beats. Then I would move into a little bit of voice movement with the semi-occlusion. So and I'd go up the scale, kind of touching my top range all the way back down to my bottom range, just playing around with all of that. Then I'd move on to working on resonance. So focused on M's, N's, that kind of stuff. So me, 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 me. I like to go up for some things and then come down the scale for others. But anyway, with the me's, you're focusing on resonance and how that feels in your mouth and in your front of your face, ideally. You want to feel like things are happening up here, not so much that they're happening back in the back of your throat. Number 3 would be starting to use vowel sounds. So, ooh, ooh, and moving up and then back down again with that, just to coordinate those first 3 subsystems. And then the next thing I would do is start to add consonants to things. I might even add some tongue out first on consonants. So like, how are you today? How are you today? I'm saying, how are you today, with my tongue out, stretching the base of my tongue a little bit. And then I would come back down. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. And then finally, I would start to add some agility work, where I might work a whole bunch on quickly moving scales. Whatever it is that I'm going to be singing that day is my goal. And then I would start to do work on the music that I'm planning on working on that day, or I'd be ready for rehearsal or the performance. So that about covers vocal warm-ups, why, when, and what. In the future, I'll start to put together some additional videos that will have some of my favorite warm-ups on them, and we'll just keep getting to know our voices together. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.